reciting Gayatri. Now, a Parsi boy from a Parsi Orthodox family knows nothing about the Shastras, the Hindu Shastras. When I was 7, I met my transcendental master, and I have continued at his feet till today. I am very anxious. I told the group in the morning also, and I repeat everywhere I go, that I want a few dedicated young people who would take from me everything that I would like to pass on, so that they could live a more useful life, and in that turn they would be able to help others. Why don't you sit here? You are getting the sun on your face. Please shift here. That's better. I have done everything that yoga practices would require men to do. I have spent all my life from my age of 7 to my present age of 76 doing all sorts of yoga practices. But I would not burden you with all that. I would like to give you few things that will not require more than 7 or 10 minutes every day, and yet will give you all the benefits that long years of yoga practices can give you. Before I show you actually what we shall do, I shall tell you why I have selected these few exercises for you. Any physical exercise can be an exercise, but what I am going to show to you is not a physical exercise. It will give you total health, physical, mental, emotional, psychic. Because a human being is a complex structure. If one leg of a table is broken, you call a carpenter and he will put it right. If something happens to a human being on his hand or foot, it cannot be set right. His entire biological structure has to be studied, because a human being is a very complex subject. He lives by emotion, he or she lives by emotion. And emotions are chemicals. The entire human body is a chemical factory, and therefore the human emotions are chemicals added thoughtlessly into the system, and therefore must give different types of reactions. How best to take care of our emotions is very important. We are normal human beings. We have to live our normal life. We can't run away to an ashram or to the Himalayas. We have to look after all the obligations that we are shouldered with. I am myself a family man with children, grandchildren, having worked all my life, and still I am working. So, I have brought out from all this mass of yoga practices only a few practices that will not require more than 7 to 10 minutes a day. And I am sure, however busy you are, you should be able to find 7 to 10 minutes a day for which you will get tremendous benefits. These few exercises will take care of your physical body, of your negative emotions, of your mental disorders, whatever they be, and also psychologically protect you. How many young people come to me and say, they suffer from depression, they can't control their tempers. I know it is not easy for a human being to control temper, to control emotions, to control depression when it comes. Because life is not all the time happy and successful. We may meet with more defeats than success, and therefore it is natural that a human being may feel depressed if one experiences defeats more than once. Instead of giving you a long talk, I would start with the practices. Just before the practices, I will say that these few exercises are based on a rhythm. These few exercises are based on a rhythm. This rhythm is not decided or invented arbitrarily. It is not the fancy of one human being. This is the rhythm that is laid down in our Shastras. In the days of Rig Veda, one of the oldest Shastra, there is a part of the Veda that deals with Swar Nadi Shastra. Swar means breath and Nadi means pulse. The relationship between breath and pulse or health. What is the relation between breath and health? In my 76 years, never once have I got a headache, never once have I got a stomach ache, never once I know a sleepless night. Never have I known what is depression, not because I was always lucky. I have passed through the various vicissitudes of life. In my normal material life, I have had very hard days to pass. But there has never been a day when I have lost my smile. There has never been a day when I have lost my sleep. There has never been a day when I have lost my health. What is the reason? The reason is a particular rhythm that we introduce in our breathing. This particular rhythm that I am talking to you about is nature's rhythm. You and I were born with this rhythm. This is the rhythm with which every child is born. The child takes 36 breaths a minute at a particular rhythm for 9 months, first 9 months of the birth. And these are the 9 months when the child's progress and growth is fastest. In the second 9 months, the child breathes like this. In the third 9 months, the child breathes. This is the second 9 months you just heard, when the child takes 18 breaths a minute. And in the following 9 months, that means 19 to 27 months, the child breathes 12 breaths a minute. Then, after 27 months, the child becomes intelligent enough to understand the surroundings. Perhaps maybe seeing the father and mother fighting, or the elder sister or elder brother fighting at school. The teacher goes to certain fear. Fear is a very bad emotion, may be punished. That stays in the mind of the child, and the child feels depressed even when young. All these negative emotions slowly disturb the breathing, and then slowly the child begins to breathe irregularly. During these 27 months we have seen that the child breathes 36 breaths a minute, then 18 and then 12. But once the breathing is disturbed, what happens? Even today in your case, what happens? Your breathing is dependent on the emotions and mental state of your body. With the result that you may be breathing 14 breaths in the morning, 18 in the afternoon, 20 in the evening, depending upon what emotions, what mental disturbance you are passing through. The purpose of good breath and good health is a steady 12 per minute rate. Therefore, all we are doing is, I am not introducing to you anything new. I am taking you back to the same breath you have been breathing from your birth to your 27th month. And the rhythm is also the same. Only to help you, I have tuned the way you will be breathing. So you are going back to nature. You are not doing anything new. All you are doing is slowing down your breathing. From your average 18 to 20 breaths a minute, you will go down to a regular 12 breaths a minute. This brain of man is the most wonderful creation of God in the whole universe. In the whole universe there is nothing like the brain of man. God has created something very spectacular in giving man a brain, the type of brain each human being is given. Science tells us today that in the vast universe there are 16 billion galaxies. A billion is 1,000 million. That means 16,000 million galaxies. You will be surprised to know that the human brain, the brain that God has given to man and to woman, has 16 billion cells. That means 16,000 million cells. And what is more, each cell, each brain cell is capable of doing 10 functions simultaneously. 10 functions simultaneously. So now you multiply 16,000 million by 10 simultaneous processes that your brain can carry out. Fortunately or unfortunately, of this great mass of brain cells, we are hardly capable of using a few hundred cells. But I don't give importance to how many cells you can make use of. The world's greatest scientist, Hawking, I am told that his entire brain may not be able to cover 1 teaspoon. His entire brain is not able to cover 1 teaspoon, only that much brain he has got. And yet, he is the world's greatest scientist. So, it does not matter how much brain you have got. What is of very great importance is what use you can make of this brain. This brain that God has given you is capable of communicating to the end of the universe, is able to communicate with every other living creature on this earth. It is able to communicate with the divine mind of God. So you see your powers, you see where you stand. The whole universe is linked to you. What in the Shastras we call Chitti, the divine mind of God, which encircles the whole universe, not only the physical universe, but the Shastras say, Bhu Bhuva Swaha, that means the physical, the molecular, and the atomic universe. All three universes are covered, enveloped by the divine mind of God. If you can be in communication with this divine mind of God, what can you not do? What ill effect can come your way? What emotion can depress you? Why should you not have perfect health? It is this communication that is missing. And in these few exercises, taking not more than 7 to 9 minutes, I want you to give the simple secret of communication. Communication, one day that will take you to communicate with the mind of God, Chitti, the divine mind. Would you like to do with me these few exercises? You don't mind? Would you? Now the first 3 exercises will need the music. It is the music of the breath you and I have taken in the first 9 months. You hear this music and see me doing it and try to do along with me. But I have forgotten to tell you a few things more. This breathing that you are taking at various cycles, what is it going to do for you? I have just now told you that all these breathings must ultimately make you communicate. That is the purpose of these exercises, to communicate. This is the breath with which you were born and I was born. At that time, every child takes 36 breaths every minute. But it's not a fast breath. It is a rhythmic breath. There is a particular rhythm in that breath. What is the rhythm? If you want to see this rhythm that nature has, you will be able to see, if you see the sea, the ocean. Because this is all solid and you can't see the rhythm here. But in the ocean, if you see near the horizon, you will be able to see the rhythm of the ocean. Play. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3 is breathing in. 5, 6 is breathing out. But we will be doing exercise at 36 breaths a minute, and it should be a faster music. So now kindly hear the music, look at me, and with me start your breathing. Place your hands on the breast, chest. Now do with me, look at me. On the chest. Deeper. 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 Are you feeling a little giddy? Are you feeling a little giddy? The nerves are choked. We clear the nerves with this breathing. You see, when we pass through life, we pass through various negative emotions. Sometimes we do express, sometimes we don't. We have to gulp down many a time. If you are employed with the employer, you have to gulp down. If your parents shout at you, sometimes you gulp down. Or your teachers, you have to gulp down. And all these negative emotions settle in the whole body. And there are various areas where they settle. The first area is the chest area, which will disturb breathing. And we have disturbed breathing, asthma, TB and various other diseases. The second area is the stomach above the navel. The stomach above the navel. All the organs are here in this region. And we suffer from various diseases because we eat too much. None of you look so healthy as I am. And I eat. Earliest is every 48 hours. Sometimes I eat after 72 or 96 hours. And what I eat, I assure you, is less than what you eat in one meal. Why? Why am I so healthy? Why there is nothing that touches my body? That is because this part of the abdomen, above the navel, is normally empty. People have a breakfast in the morning, then a lunch in the afternoon, then in the evening they have some nasta, then in the night they have the dinner. You will say, why should we not eat? I'll give you a simple example. Suppose you build a building or a factory, you need a lot of material. When you build the human body up to the age of say 25, you eat freely. I am not stopping you from eating. Eat 10 times a day, I don't mind. After 25, your body is complete. Then, once the factory is built, what you need is maintenance of the factory. And for maintenance, how much you need. So after 25, all you have to do is maintain this body. So for maintenance, how much you want to eat? 4 times a day? So if you are above 25, not anyone here below 25, they can eat. They have freedom up to 25. But by 25, the whole biological body is complete. Then what you need is only maintenance. And maintenance requires very little quantity of food. In fact, the maximum amount of food in 24 hours that you can put in is 24 small morsels. That's all you have to eat in every 24 hours. Preferably in one meal. So many people ask me, if you have a long gap, don't you have ulcer? I don't know what is an ulcer. Though I don't eat for 48 or even 96 hours. I don't know what an ulcer is. Ulcer comes if you are missing your food and not eating it. Then you get ulcer. But when you don't miss your food, and when you will not miss your food, when your body energy level remains high. We get up in the morning, and by the time we go to bed, we feel exhausted. Because our energy level starts falling. It is because of this reason that we have to eat and we have to sleep. The Shastras say there are 3 types of people. Yogi, Jogi, Rogi. The yogis sleep for 4 hours, 12 to 4. The yogis, the common householders, they sleep for 6 hours, 11 to 5. And those who sleep more than this are all rogis. You might say, science says you have to sleep 8 hours. I say the quality of sleep is important, not the quantity of sleep. All you have to do is sleep for 6 hours, 11 to 5 maximum. I have been sleeping 4 hours a day, 12 to 4. By the time I go to bed, by 11:30 or so, or 12, I remain as fresh as when I get up in the morning. And I am afraid when you get up in the morning, you are not fresh. May I tell you how you get up in the morning? How much you do all this when you get up in the morning? That means you are not slept well. When you get up in the morning, you sit up in bed, put your legs out, stand up and walk. Finish. That's the way you have to get up. But you can only get up like that if your sleep is fresh. And the exercises that I am going to show you will reduce your intake of food normally, without making any control. And your sleep will be very sound. When you sleep in bed, you are not sleeping. You are tossing and turning in bed. And because whatever thoughts you are doing day, by dreams it comes in your sleep. And the way you sleep shows what thoughts are going in your mind. You take the knees in your stomach and you twist like this. When you sleep like that, it means certain thoughts are passing through your mind and your sleep is not sound. So these two exercises that you will see will give you excellent health, no need for eating too much, very sound sleep, so that you get up in the morning fresh. Now we shall go to the second exercise. The same music, the same rhythm. Now we shall place our hands on the stomach above the navel, on the stomach, abdomen above the navel. When you breathe in, the abdomen comes out. When you breathe out, the abdomen goes in. Remember this, not the other way around. When you breathe in, like your chest, when you breathe in, your abdomen will come out. When you breathe out, it will go in. So with the music, look at me. It is a combination of the first and second. All right. You sit down. You sit on the ground, legs stretched in front of you. Normally you have to hold the toes. But if you can't hold the toes, every week try to come 1 inch nearer, so that after a few weeks you can hold your toes. Keep the chin up. Now it's a combination of this and this. In this exercise, the important points to consider are the hip bone, the spine, the knees, all these, and the back of the thigh. These are the areas, normally by the time one is 40, 50, you get pain in this area. So to remove this pain without medicine, this you can do for 1 minute. As I said, if you can't hold your toes, hold your legs wherever you can. Every week try to go 1 inch further till you are able to hold your toes. So this is the third exercise. All these 3 exercises you are doing with the music. These tapes are available, don't worry. Now the 4th exercise, the 5th and the 6th are done without music. Now the 4th exercise. Here you take your breath in by 3 installments. You take your breath in by 3 installments. and blow out forcefully at once through your mouth. Shall we begin? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Deep. 1, 2, 3. Out. 1, 2, 3. Out. 1, 2, 3. Out. Why do we do this breathing? You see, all our ailments begin with the nerves only. Our nerves have got walls that are perfectly round. But by the time we are 30, 35, 40, the sides of the walls of the nerves fall in. They fall in. They lose their elasticity. They fall in. With the result, you get blood pressures, you get so many other defects of the skin, of the blood, of the heart, and so forth. So in this exercise, we once again make our nerves perfectly round and elastic. If the nerves become perfectly round and elastic, you once again get your health back. This is a simple exercise, but it will remove 100 wrong ailments from your body. Now we go to the 5th exercise. Here the breath is in 4 stages. We take in breath, we hold the breath, we breathe out slowly, we keep the lungs empty. Here also we begin with a count of 3. Slowly over the weeks we go to the count of 4, and later on we go to a count of 5. Means when we have a count of 3, we take 12 seconds to one breath. And when we will have 5 counts, we will have 3 breaths in 1 minute. Because 1, 2, 3, we take in, 1, 2, 3, we hold the breath, 1, 2, 3, we slowly exhale, and 1, 2, 3, we keep our lungs empty. So it takes 12 seconds to a breath, so 5 breaths in 1 minute. Let us start, please. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, slowly exhale. 1, 2, 3, keep your lungs empty. 1, 2, 3. Again, take your breath. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, slowly exhale. 1, 2, 3, keep your lungs empty. 1, 2, 3. Easy? So this is the 5th exercise. This is to cleanse your blood. And the final is the most important exercise. You have experienced perhaps in your life that when you pass through very strong negative emotions or very strong positive emotions, that means when you are very sad or you are very happy, your throat is choked. You can't speak, though you want to speak, because the emotions choke your throat. This is the area where all negative emotions rest. So we have to clear this area. For that, we take a very deep breath, keep the mouth shut, hold the nose, press the chin, and then try to swallow once, twice, thrice. Try to do with me. Take a deep breath, hold your nose, press your chin, now swallow. Once, twice, thrice, release. Something happens to you, something goes into your ears. So, we do again. We take a very deep breath, hold the nose, press the chin, swallow. Once, twice, thrice. Very good. You know, between this area, there are all the 5 senses. The eyes, the ears, the nose, the tongue, and the touch. With this exercise, you bring to normal all the 5 senses and all the 5 sense organs. It is a very useful exercise. It takes 6 minutes for the 6 exercises. Now I will show you a very easy exercise. I had told you right in the beginning that the beauty of this exercise is finally to establish communication. In our body, there are three wonderful areas. If they are in communication with each other, we live a different type of life. But in the first place, we are not aware of these areas, and in the second place, we have never tried to revive these areas. The first area is called the perineum. It is an area between Mooladhara and Swadhisthana. That means between the anus and the sex organ. There is a small triangular area, hardly 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch. It is called the perineum. The second important area is the diaphragm, the muscle that makes us breathe. When it becomes straight, the ribs go out and we breathe in. When it becomes like this again, the ribs come in and we breathe out. And it is an automatic motion of this wonderful machine or the muscle diaphragm. And the third spot is in the brain. It is called Kundli, a very small little area the size of a 4-anna piece. It is here that the soul sits. We talk of soul, we talk of Atma. It is here in this Bindu that the soul sits. Sits only as witness to whatever you are thinking, to whatever you are doing. Unfortunately, we do not wish to communicate with our own soul or Atma. Imagine this world of ours today with no communication. What will be the state of our world? Each village will be isolated. Each country will be isolated if there is no communication. And this is how our body and mind live. We are isolated. We are not in communication, not even in our own system of body and brain. Let go the communication with the divine mind of God. We are not in communication within our own body. And our own body is like isolated village. For this, I will show you a very easy exercise. But if you are honest and sincere and do it daily, over a period, you will see the changes that will come in you. Go home tonight and look your face in the mirror. And after 6 months of this exercise, again look at your face in the mirror and tell me what difference you will understand and find. It's a very simple exercise. I have just shown you the navel. Above the navel, we have done the second exercise. This is below the navel. I have told you the first area is perineum. We cannot directly manipulate perineum. But if we pull in the lower abdomen below the navel, it will pull the perineum. What we want to do at first is make active, regenerate this perineum. It is one of the finest spots in the human body. Though we are normally human beings, we have to look after our material well-being. We have to look after our family. In spite of that, we can't say that we have not got 10 minutes to spare for our own body, mind and soul. If you spare this 10 minutes, each exercise not more than 1 minute, you will put yourself in communication with the mind of God. And it is a valuable return you will get for your 1 minute a day. Now, what do we do in this exercise? First we breathe out and pull in the lower abdomen. See. Breathe out and pull this portion in. Keep it in and keep the lungs empty. Breathe out, keep the lungs empty and the abdomen below the navel, pull in, keep it in till I count 10 and don't breathe. Keep the lungs empty. We begin, breathe out. Now pull in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. All are not doing it. Only I am doing it. And I don't need it. Please. Empty your lungs, breathe out. Pull in. The lower abdomen below the navel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Again all are not doing it. Please. Empty your lungs. Pull in your navel. Below the navel, your abdomen. Keep it full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. You do it for 5, 6 times. And slowly, over a period, every few weeks, try to keep the abdomen pulled in for more time. 12 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, till you reach 40 seconds. Your lungs are empty and the abdomen below the navel pulled in for 40 seconds. When you reach 40 seconds, slowly something will begin to take place in your body and mind. Now I'll show you another simple exercise. When you suffer from spine trouble, normally we say the padding between the bones, it is pressed. Man ko khasi gyo, we say. And because of that, the shooting pain goes right at the back of the thigh, right up to the ankle. When you suffer from such pain, doctor keeps you in traction. Traction meaning you are lying in bed and your spine is stretched. Some weights are put and your spine is stretched. Instead of going through all that torture, you can do this exercise for 1 minute daily. You stand near a wall, facing the wall, 1 foot away, and see what I am doing. 1 foot away. The heels not to be raised. The heels not to be raised. Heels must be on the ground. Both your hands straight. One hand remains straight. The other hand crawls. The heel touches the ground. Now the second hand. This hand remains straight. Crawl. Crawl. Crawl till you go high enough. Now take both the hands. Crawl. The heel must touch the ground. Crawl. Crawl. This is 1. Do it 6 times. Easy? Huh? Stand near a wall, a foot away. Heels must remain on the ground. Both hands straight. Keep one straight, let one hand crawl as high as it can. Make it straight, let the other hand crawl. Make it straight, then both the hands crawl, the heel must touch the ground as far as you can go. This is 1, do it 6 times. You will never have pain in your spine, in your back, in your hip bone, in your thighs, in your ankles, nothing. Right? Very simple. And the last. Whether you are suffering from heart disease, whether you are short of breath, asthma, TB, whether you have poor digestion, whether you don't feel like eating, whether you have lost your sleep, do this very simple exercise for 1 minute. Very simple. Stand with your legs apart, take a breath in, breathe out. Do it 40 times or 50 times for 1 minute. In all you have spent 9 minutes so far. 9 minutes a day will keep the doctor away. And when I say it will keep the doctor away, I mean all the ailments you have will slowly leave your body. The proof of the pudding is in eating it. I am telling you because I have done it. If you do it, you will get the same result. 9 minutes a day, daily. But, and there is a very big but, the formula is 7 minus 1 is 0. 7 minus 1 is 0. In a week of 7 days, 1 day you miss, that week is lost. One day in the month you have not done, that month is lost. And finally, 365 minus 1 is 0. That whole year is lost if you don't do for a day. Does it look difficult? 70 years that I am practicing, I have not lost 4 days. In 70 years, I am telling you 1 day in a year, 1 day in a month, 1 day in a week. But if you pay this little price, the benefit is enormous. I promise you, the benefit is enormous. The most important benefit is you will have a cool mind. If somebody tells you, you are a fool, you won't say, your father is a damn fool. You won't say that. You will smile and say, "Theek hai, chalo." You see? So your mental health is very important, your emotional health is very important. So that with your negative emotions, you don't put wrong chemicals in your body. All the emotions are chemicals. And this whole body system is a chemical factory. Every day we put into our body any number of wrong emotions. That means any number of wrong chemicals. And the result is, finally, we have a sad body-brain system. Let that not happen to you. What I want to share with all of you is my health. Wherever I go, I make a contract. I give you my love, I give you my health, you give me your ailments. It is a simple contract I am making with you. I am giving you my health, you give me your ailments. All I want you to do is this 9 minutes a day of exercises. Now, a few questions normally asked, I will answer before being asked. Are these exercises to be done in the morning or evening? They can be done at any time. But the first 3 exercises must be done on empty stomach. The second question asked is, should we do them in the same order? No. You do it in any order you want. Understand? The third question, can you do it morning and evening? Once is must, twice is your choice. But more is not better. Like if you cook your food, salt required is this much. If you put more salt, it doesn't make the food better, it is worse. So I am not asking you to do more. You can't say that yesterday I couldn't do it, so today I will do twice. No, that won't help. Yesterday is yesterday, today is today, tomorrow is tomorrow. And every day is every day, and 9 minutes is 9 minutes. I am not asking more from you. 9 minutes you throw away 9 times in a day. Once you give it to me, your 9 minutes a day, please give it to me as a loan. As a loan you give it to me. And after 6 months I'll pay you back. 9 minutes a day. But daily, please, no excuse. My teacher used to tell me, he who excuses himself, accuses himself. Understand? He who excuses himself, accuses himself. Give no reason whatsoever. My mother was ill, my wife was pregnant, this, that, nothing. 9 minutes a day means 9 minutes a day, please. If you have any more questions, please ask. Don't hesitate.
Like, why do you say that it has to be regular? In the sense that, what are we gaining out of it? I understand that you want to continuity, but supposing one day is broken, I mean, lost means, what are you failing to get?
Very good question.
Just telling, I'm not convinced about it.
A very good question, madam. If you miss one day, the heavens don't fall, she wants to tell me. And it is correct, the heavens don't fall. But it's a human tendency. This week I have not done once, so what? After 2 weeks, 2 days I lose, so what? And that type of lethargy overtakes us. If we are, you see, I want to tell you that we have to be strict with ourselves, not with others. We have not to forgive ourselves, but forgive others. If we maintain this strictness, it will become a habit. I know that may be sometimes impossible, it's alright. But your target must be 7 minus 1 is 0. Besides, in the Yoga Sutra, Patanjali Muni says, ill health leads to mental inertia. Ill health leads to mental inertia. When the mind becomes weak, you don't feel like doing anything. All you do is tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. The only thing that is real and final is today. Tomorrow never comes. So, if you once be lenient to your body and mind and say, okay, today I couldn't help it, I'm tired, I will not do it. Or, today I got cold and cough, I won't do it. Today I got a little fever, I won't do it. Please, let me tell you, this is the time when you have to do it. When you're cold, when you're fever, when you don't feel well, that is the day, please don't miss your exercises. That is the day you have to do it. And I agree with you, madam, once in a way, everything is excused. But, if I ask you one question, can you take holiday one day in your life from morality? We cannot. We cannot take one day holiday in your whole life from morality. You can't. These exercises are so important. They are not from only physical point of view. As I said, it is to establish communication, first in your own body-mind system, then with the mind of God. Chitti. If that is the importance of this exercise, I would request you, all of you, not to miss, try not to miss a single day. That is all I say. Yes, any other question? The first 3 exercises have music. The music is important for 2 reasons. One is with the ear. These cassettes will be freely given, easily given to you. They are not costly, they are made to be very economical. So you keep them. Later when you want to do some more exercises, I will come back and show you even more. But this tape will have 36, 18 and 12 all. so that you won't need another tape again. If you go with the music, it will be easier. Otherwise, how will you keep track of 36 breaths in 1 minute? It's very difficult. It's not 2 seconds so that you know every 2 seconds I will take a breath. That will be 30 breaths, but it is 36 breaths a minute. So it's a fraction of 2 seconds, which otherwise is not possible to know without music. But it is better to do without music than not do at all. Okay? Any other question? Excellent. See, today I have given you 3 exercises at 36 a minute. These 36 cycles a minute, followed by 18 cycles, followed by 12 cycles, we shall have in further other exercises also. This is a method of not only controlling breathing, but keeping our prana circulation proper. So when we'll do further some more exercises, say after 3 or 6 months when I come back, I'll show you. At that time you will realize why some are done at 36, some are done at 18, some are done at 12. Understand, my friend? Okay? Yeah.
Exercise, breathe in and breathe out.
Yes.
And keep the chest, the hands
Yes, take the hands up so that the chest is pulled up.
extended.
Yeah. And then pull down. And better would be, as you breathe in love. As you breathe out forgiveness. That would be the best way of doing it. Understand? Yeah. Any other question? No? Thank you for your company. Thank you.
And I'm sure, without any doubt, that I spent when I was sitting in a medical student in early 64 to the date 94. Easily this is one of the best ever lectures I've heard from a very renowned Gupta yogi. I don't know, at this juncture of time, when me being a professor head of the medicine department or in whatever spheres of life we are living a life in which we require more such help. And never was a time in our history when we are shunning that help, though they are given to us in such a sort of in a very bountiful way. Sir, you really inspired us to a height even you would not understand. Years back when I read Oden, he said that private spaces in public places are better, oh friend, than having public places in private places. This is sort of inspiration, sort of a thing to us when we realize it is easy for us to read the great yogis, those who renounce everything and go to the Himalayas and practice all these things. But you are a symbol of one of us who has been tied to for last 76 years in the rhythm of life which all of us are so much used to. Well, it's sort of a great inspiration to all of us, sir. I sincerely pray that you come and help us more and more in the future also. You have been a great source of inspiration. On behalf of the Dean Medical College Baroda, on the behalf of my staff fraternity, the students, the nurses and all of us, sir, I extend a very sincere and warm, heartfelt thanks to you, sir. You've been extremely kind. Please bless us. Thank you.